The following is a statement by Minister for Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Senator the Honorable Gaetan Lacrette.
My fellow Grenadians, depression is classified as a mood disorder. It may be described as feelings of sadness, loss, or anger that interferes with a person's everyday activities. It is also fairly common. Data from the Centers for Disease Control estimates that 18.5% of adults had symptoms of depression in any given 2-week period in 2019. Though depression and grief share some features, depression is felt after losing a loved one or sadness felt after a traumatic life event. Depression usually involves self-loathing or a loss of self-esteem, while grief typically does not. In March of 2023, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs commenced the legislative reform on the Mental Health Act of 2006. We commenced the reform because the statistics from the Ministry of Education and Social Development revealed that there was a 47% increase in the need for psychosocial help post-COVID-19, especially amongst our male population. As such, the ministry decided that a national policy must inform the way forward. Therefore, within the construct of the new Mental Health and Wellness Act, we have requested from PAHO that a national strategic suicide crisis prevention plan and a national wellness framework be incorporated therein. The Act will guide our standard operating procedures for a suicide hotline, our safety planning interventions, lethal means counseling, and crisis response planning. The public must appreciate that training for such highly specialized clinical area must be conducted, an area for which we have very limited in-country psychiatric resource. Therefore, as a plan of action, the nation will witness in August of 2023 training organized by PAHO for media personnel and public relation officers within the various public sector ministries to develop standard operating guidelines for media personnel and public relation officers so that reporting on suicide events is not sensationalized and does not lead to copycat suicide. Additionally, in September of 2023, the nation will also witness training in suicide crisis prevention for civil society, private sector organizations, and non-governmental organizations. The nation must be informed that the Ministry of Health has completed its first round of consultations on the Mental Health and Wellness Act with private sector and NGO entities, and our second round of consultation will include civil society in a town hall format commencing September 2023. To date, the Ministry of Health has appointed a Director of Mental Health and Wellness who will be the country's focal point for the reformative measures of the Act and the implemented programs. The Ministry of Health has also submitted to PAHO a draft legislative outline on the Mental Health and Wellness Act. PAHO has reviewed and reciprocated with their feedback. In May of 2023, the ministry launched its signature program on GIS called Breaking the Ice. It is a televised program whose objective is to address the mental health challenges faced by citizens who look just like you and I, using experiences and conversation as a therapeutic start. Please stay tuned for our second live series on Monday, July 31st, 2023 at 7 p.m. with Dr. Claudina Caetano from PAHO and other professionals in the field. You must note that your government is tackling these public health issues from a holistic perspective, while our sister ministries focus on prevention programs with a strong community stakeholder approach. The Ministry of Health remains focused in its clinical mandate and interventions. We wish we can place a psychosocial professional in every medical station But this is not our reality. Therefore, we appeal to any mental health professional, retired or currently in practice, who can assist us in coordinating efforts for acute intervention to please step forward. 440-2649. In the meantime, the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Ministries of Social Development and Education, will invest in ramping up its public awareness education campaign, Re-Mental Health Challenges and Suicide Intervention. Sincere condolences to the families mourning the loss of loved ones from suicide. May God continue to bless this nation as we find the contextual solutions for the ills we currently face. Thank you.
We are indeed delighted to have you here with us today to celebrate this momentous occasion. But before we begin again, I just want to remind you to keep your cell phones on mute. This is your final chance to ensure it's on mute, on vibrate to minimize distractions, to refrain from talking while the presenters are sharing, and to not get in the way to obstruct the view of the media team and photographers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, it is with great honor and pride that I introduce Miss Amonai Francis, a talented individual who will render our national anthem this evening. I now invite you to stand with me as we sing the national anthem.
Green our land of us, we pledge ourselves to thee. Heads, hearts, and hands in unity to reach our destiny. Ever conscious of God, being proud of our heritage, may we with faith and courage aspire, build, advance as one people, one family. God bless our nation.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Ms. Francis, for this beautiful rendition. And just before you have your seats, I'm kidding, you can have your seats. Honorable Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada and Member of Parliament for St. David, His Excellency Wei Hong Qian, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Grenada, thank you. Cabinet Secretary, Ms. Cavell Lett, Permanent Secretary, Ms. Perron Johnson, senior government officials, Reverend Father Carl Haynes, Vicar General, Mr. Benedict Peters, Chairman of the NDC St. David Branch, special invited guests, esteemed residents, ladies and gentlemen, all, good evening. Good evening. Sounds more like it, you're alive. Welcome to a momentous occasion, the grand opening of the Belle Isle Community Center. Today, we're gathered here not just to celebrate bricks and mortar that forms this beautiful facility, don't you agree? But also to celebrate the spirit of togetherness that has brought us all here today. This center is more than just a building. It's a testament to strength of our community, a place where friendship will flourish, dreams will take flight, and memories will be woven. From children to seniors, this center will be a haven for growth, laughter, and learning. So let us embrace this moment with open hearts and minds, cherishing the past while embracing the possibilities of tomorrow. Together, let's make the Belle Community Center a vibrant hub of joy, inspiration, and endless possibilities. At this juncture, I would like to invite a resident of the Belle community to grace us with a song. Is Mr. Natural Creedland here with us? Miss Creedland? So while Miss Creedland prepares our vocals, once again, I invite you to look up, look around, close your eyes, soak it all in. The day is finally here where we're opening the center. And doesn't it feel great to be a part of this momentous occasion? You know, I can remember prior to the general elections when we were walking through, and I would always see the Prime Minister glancing over here. And I was wondering, what interest could he have in such a building? You know, but little did I know that this was being rooted in his mind and in his heart. And so let's put our hands together again for the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister. I believe Ms. Creedland vocals should be ready now. Okay, well, you know the singers need, if you're a singer, you know you need a little time to open up. You know, yeah, she's here. She's here. And so turn to your neighbor next to you and tell him something nice. We may not see. Life is short, right? And so, of course, at table, I don't see you turn into your neighbors. Are we afraid of each other? Of course we're not. Okay, so we'll move on with the program as she requests a little bit more time. Today, as we gather to celebrate this occasion, we are privileged as a people to have Reverend Father Carl Haynes to join us to share his insightful remarks. Residents, his dedication to serving others and his profound commitment to fostering unity and harmony within our community makes his presence truly significant. Without further ado, I ask you to join with me as we put our hands together to welcome Reverend Father Carl Haynes to the podium as he shares some remarks. Father Haynes.
So good afternoon to everyone. Honorable Prime Minister, His Excellency, I think I will just, okay. Cabinet Secretary Calvin Lett, Permanent Secretary Baron Johnson, other members of government who are present, Ms. St. David, representative at the National Queen Show. Ladies and gentlemen, community members of Belle, good afternoon. You know, sometimes you have something and you don't know the value of it until somebody comes with an idea and see it through. Right, so for many years we had this building here, and I say we, the Catholic Church. by and large, seldomly used. In fact, it was just used as a storeroom, right, to supply items to the community. And then we got a letter, I think, or some correspondence from the Prime Minister, and I think it was in his capacity as MP, right, indicating his willingness to use this building. And of course, we had a meeting and we discussed it. And with the blessings of the church, we said, sure, go ahead, we can partner with you. Because as church, we see partnering with the government for such an initiative is something that is beneficial to the people of Belial. And I want to implore on the community, you have a newly refurbished center, to make good use of it. There are many programs, I would imagine, that would be offered here. And even from our end as church, whatever we can do to assist in ensuring that we have programs to develop the community here, we will be willing to assist. I remember when we had one meeting here, I made a commitment to source some sewing machines, right, so that people in the community can learn to sew. And I am still pursuing that, okay? I'm still pursuing that. And so I want to thank the Honorable Prime Minister for the initiative, for the vision in seeing that this building can be used for the community. And we thank you for entering into that relationship with us. And since we have entered into that partnership with the government or with the MP, because I believe it's more parliamentary representative thing, he has since approached us again, okay, for another facility, Vincent's Old School. And of course, we were willing to partner again with the government. I think as church, state, we have to work together because we are all about service to our people. And the more we work together, Grenada will be a better place. So I thank you for the initiative, and I want to encourage you to make good use of this facility. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father Carl Haynes. And let's put our hands together again for Father Carl. And he made a very salient point that there needs to be a harmonious relationship between the church and the government. And so, Father Carl, we look forward to your continued support and our continued relationship. Thank you. His Excellency Wei Hongxian, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Grenada's commitment to fostering strong ties between our nations has been exemplary, and his dedication to making a positive impact on communities in Grenada is truly commendable. His instrumental role in funding this community center is a testament of such. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, without further ado, I invite His Excellency Wei Hongxian to share some remarks. Please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to Ambassador Wei Hongxian.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Deputy Chair, Prime Minister of Grenada, and MP for St. Henry, Ms. Carvallet, Secretary to the Cabinet, community members from Ballet community, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. Today, I'm so happy to join you to witness this grand opening of the refurbished Ballet Community Center. I think all our all of us who are present here are happy. Those who are not here also will be very happy to have this new facility again. Honorable Speaker Chair, with your leadership, strong support, and personal participation in this project, and with the joint efforts of the local community, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China to Grenada, the contractor, and all other people concerned who support this project. Today, we made the refurbishment of this brand new, it looked like brand new. Yes, very, very new. Ballet Community Center, a reality. So first of all, on behalf of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Grenada, we would like to extend warm congratulations to this inauguration of the center. Prime Minister, friends, China is a good friend and partner of Grenada, Caleco and Kitiman. Yes, this tri-island, beautiful country is playing its part in the implementation of the transform strategy of the government led by Honorable Dickon Chair, Prime Minister of Grenada. And the Chinese Embassy is also happy to be part of this effort. This project was funded by the Chinese Embassy. And Embassy also donated 50 folding chairs, and that is one TV set. So we are proud to be part of your efforts. Let me provide some information that the Chinese Embassy is doing recently. This year, we also fund some other community-based projects in other areas. As Ms. Kahin mentioned that the community, the Vincent's Community Center, which is also funded by the Chinese Embassy, will be commenced very soon. And it's our sincere hope that, as promised by the contractor, we will have a new, that's brand new, brand new community center after 6 months. And I'm going to hand over the pedestrian bridge over Yukon River at Mount Williams to the local community next week on Wednesday afternoon. People live in that area had no bridge for decades. Now, I think they will be also very happy to have that pedestrian bridge. They get across to each side, even there's big raining, even there's flooding. So I think they will be very happy. Now that bridge is also completed. Other projects funded by the Chinese Embassy includes the refurbishment of basketball at Grand Anse Court. This is all undergoing. Also, we will equip the ICT center at Chandimel Primary School in St. Patrick. with computers and other equipment. Also, we fund an agriculture education project at Tivoli. I think that place is called La Portiere, right? Yes, yes, in Saint Andrew, right? So that's what we are doing here. So we know that there's some projects, big projects that implemented by the governments of the People's Republic of China. Besides that, the Chinese embassy here is implementing this community-based project. So this is it's not the first one, as I mentioned last time. It's not the first one. It's not the last one. So we continue our efforts with the local people. And Prime Minister, I assure you that I myself am ready. It's willing and it's ready to go deeper into more rural villages, communities, to engage with the local people, to visit more family, and to know more about Grenada, especially those in the rural areas and the communities. I think we need to come together to do more. Practical works, tangible works for this community, to build more public facility like this one for them in every constituency, to improve the environment. Yeah. Let them enjoy a better environment, to have a better life, and to enjoy the well-being. So, Honorable Prime Minister, friends, as I mentioned last time, when I attended that function at St. Vincent, China will continue to provide support assistance to our friend here, Grenada. Of course, this support is mutual. China also enjoys support from Honorable Dignity Chair, Prime Minister, its government, and the people of Grenada. Also, we learn from you. You know that China is a big country with 1.4 billion people, the second largest economy in the world, and one of the big five in the Security Council of the UN. Grenada is a tiny island, but we are equal. We are equal. So China pursues a foreign policy of peace and a philosophy of people-centered development. While we are on a journey to a new development stage, we also like to have more practical cooperation with our friends, our partners, like Grenada, for a common goal of common development, prosperity, also to safeguard the world peace. This is our policy. When we ask, China is very big, you have many flowers. Outside China, what flowers will grow outside of China? He said we grow flower of peace, flower of win-win cooperation, flower of friendship. The inauguration of this community center today, I think it's another testament of the sound practical cooperation between our two friendly countries and a profound friendship between our two people. So, Prime Minister and dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, let's work together to do more and for benefits of our two nations and two people. and for better, brighter future of our two peoples. I thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, keep your applause coming. Thank you so much, His Excellency Wei Hongxian. At this juncture, we pause to soak it all in again. The idea to refurbish this community center was conceived through Honorable Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's foresight, compassion, and a strong belief in the power of communal spaces to uplift and empower citizens. Through his visionary leadership, this project has become a reality, providing us with a renewed hub for education, culture, and recreation. Today, as we witness the fruition of his vision, let us take a moment to express our gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's tireless effort and dedication to our community's well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to rise to your feet as I welcome our beloved Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for St. David, Honorable Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, to share with us some remarks.
Thank you, Abby. Good afternoon, everyone. And good afternoon to those who are viewing live online. Special greetings to the residents of Belial, because after all, this is really about you. Permit me to recognize and say profound, personal and special thank you to His Excellency Wei Hongxian, our ambassador from the People's Republic of China to Grenada, and a true, not just diplomatic friend to Grenada, but I think a personal friend to Grenada. It's easy to say the embassy is making a contribution to help a community center or community centers or village, but it's another thing to come personally to look at the centers before it is renovated, to walk the streets of Vincennes as he did for the entire evening, not too long ago, even when it rained, and then to still attend the official ceremony where we announced that we would be, with the kind support of the embassy in Grenada, refurbishing, well, not refurbishing, but almost building from the ground up, the Vincennes Community Center. He did not mention that the playing field in Volée was also lit because of the kind support of the People's Republic of China and the embassy in Grenada. So within the narrow confines of St. David alone, in the last, he didn't mention, for example, that the People's Republic of China donated $50,000 US to NADMA as part of NADMA's preparedness for the hurricane season. And I think over the last weekend, we already see what 2 hours of rain can do to Grenada. And in anticipation of recognizing that NADMA needs to be prepared and ready to treat with such occurrences, again, a financial contribution was made to NADMA. So when I say it is not just diplomatic or state-to-state or government help, but a true commitment on a personal level to the development and the resilience and sustainability of the communities within Grenada, I am not saying so for jest. And I want to express my profound appreciation and gratitude, Your Excellency, for the tremendous support that you have given to the people of St. David and to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So once again, thank you. I want to thank Father Carl because he was quite modest in indicating that the Catholic Church agreed to partner with us, but they did not have to do so. And so when someone says yes to a request, we always have to remember that there's another option, and that option could be no. And so I want to also express my profound gratitude to you and to the Catholic Church and the Catholic community for agreeing to allow us to partner with each other and to demonstrate that through partnership, we can all go further, longer, together. So let me be clear. The idea to refurbish this building and turn it into a community center is not my idea. It was an idea of a resident of Belial who prior and during, I'm not even sure if I was campaigning, I think I had just become the political leader of the National Democratic Congress. And on one of my visits to here, to the village, she indicated to me that this building is just closed up, locked up, and used as a storage. And during the COVID-19 lockdown, and the period where many kids did not have access to education, it would have been nice to have had a center like this, which had access to internet, which would have allowed her and many other parents to be able to at least bring their children to the center so that at least the parents would be able to take turns to make sure that some of the kids who otherwise would not have access to education would have had an opportunity to come to a center where at least there was internet and the facilities to allow them to interact with each other, to have some semblance of schooling, and to be able to interact with their teachers and instructors so that they could be educated. And so when she said that, the light bulb went off in my head, and I thought it was a fantastic idea, because she made the point that she was home with her kids, but there were many other parents who could not be home with their kids because they had to go to work. And so that she would be happy to, or would have been happy to volunteer to help some of those parents to ensure that their kids were in a facility where they could learn. And I'm giving this story because I want to make the point that the community center is not about me or His Excellency. It is about the residents of Belial. It is an opportunity for you to use this building to enhance your community spirit, to enhance your skill set, to ensure that our young persons have a place where they can come to learn anything. And I say anything because if you have access to the internet, you can become anything you wish to be. And the transformation of this building is simply symbolic that if you set a goal, and if you work towards it, and if you speak to people and you ask for help, and we work together, that we can achieve anything. Now, I'm going to make the point that when we were painting this building, there were some young children, some of whom are probably outside, who it is clear to me had never seen a paintbrush in their life and had never painted. And they were passing by, and I called them in and I said, come. And they asked, what were we doing here? And I said, we're painting the community center. And some of them took the brushes, started painting outside. They went for 5 minutes, they came back with more, and they started painting inside. And yes, because they never painted before, some of it was messy, as you'd understand, but it was fun. It was fun for me to see them doing it. I'm sure it was fun for many of them to do it. And I make this point because we take for granted many of the skills that some of us in the past learned or had access to, like learning to change a light bulb, learning to paint, learning to do carpentry, masonry, sometimes even learning to sweep. Because some of us are growing up our children where they don't even know how to hold a broom to sweep their own rooms. We don't even allow them to wash the dishes. And so we grow them up to become helpless. And then we criticize them. So I'm saying the community center is here, and the contractors will give you a breakdown of what is in here. But there are bathrooms, there are toilets. There are residents of Belial who don't have bathrooms and toilets. There's a kitchenette. There are residents of Belial who don't have access to a proper kitchen in their home. And I think there's an additional storage here. Downstairs, computer room. Downstairs is a storeroom, which was reinforced with steel. Now, when this building was being looked at, in fact, I think even the bishop told me that he'd been told that this building could not be salvaged because there were serious issues with the foundation of the building, and the suggestion was that you probably need to just leave that alone. And too often we are too quick to abandon and condemn not just buildings, but people as well. We are not prone to give them a second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth chance. And as human beings, we're all looking for redemption, as I keep saying. And so we should all be prepared to give persons another opportunity to make themselves better, to improve themselves. So although some might have been prepared to write off this building, we were not prepared to write it off. And as His Excellency says, today, it looks almost brand new. So it's a lesson for all of us. Before we write off our neighbors, our brothers or sisters or community members, give them another opportunity to look brand new and to become brand new. So I want to urge the residents. This belongs to you in partnership with the church, the People's Republic of China, Citizens Paints Grenada, who graciously donated the paint, the contractor who agreed to take even a discount on the cost of doing the work so that we can get the community involved in terms of doing the painting. There were many volunteers, some of whom are not from Belial, who came down here.
Administration in affording and supporting the refurbishment of this beautiful community center. To Sky Construction and his hardworking team, Mr. Smart, and all of the guys who genuinely contributed to this wonderful project, has generated a rhetorical question by every member of this community, and by extension, those who would have passed through the community to see the completion of this wonderful work of art. And the question is this a new building? But as we already know that it was reinforced. Saying special thanks to the financial contributors, other stakeholders who has a special affinity for nations' development, answering the call to support.
Around 12:50 p.m. today, that Mr. Bettel heard about the opening of the center today and took on his own and delivered 2 computers to the center. Now, these are the photographs of the computers. I believe they're in the back. They are in the computer room. And I obviously could not let the opportunity pass without publicly thanking the person. I'm not even sure if I know who the person is or if I've ever met them. But I make this point of saying this because the humanity, the kindness that exists in all of us oftentimes just needs a little pushing, a little nudging. And if we do one kind or good act, it is replicated sometimes hundreds, thousands of times over, and you may not be aware of this. So thank you to Mr. Bettel. If we didn't have a community center that was opening, he would not have felt inspired to come and deliver these 2 computers. And that is why we need to always, as I said on Tuesday, be kinder, be a bit more generous. If you don't need it, if it's not going to change your life and someone else needs it, give it to them. All right? So I certainly want to thank Mr. Bettel for that. And in speaking about the need to be kind, more generous, more helpful, and to look out for our neighbors, I made specific mention of the fact that this facility has 2 bathrooms, 2 toilets, 2 vanities, a kitchen. But that there are several tens of residents in Belial who do not have access to water, inside sanitation, plumbing, kitchen. And so, as I announced earlier this year, we have created the WASH program, and WASH stands for Water Access Sanitation in Homes. Now, believe it or not, there are thousands, and estimates suggest as many as 14,000 homes in Grenada that do not have, in 2023, access to inside sanitation, water, or indoor plumbing. And we cannot tackle this problem by hoping a member of parliament could give 1 individual or 2 individuals a bathroom and a toilet. if we are going to address the 14,000 plus citizens in Grenada who don't have access to water, in no plumbing and sanitation. That is a basic and fundamental right. And it is a duty and obligation of each state to ensure that it can assist its citizens in that basic and fundamental right. And so the WASH program is an initiative. It's not a government initiative. It is a Grenada initiative that requires partnership from all of us to ensure that we can eliminate the use of pit latrines and that we can eliminate that by the year 2030. And so we are going to be piloting right here in Belial the WASH program for water supply pure, but we can't do so.
Right. So, folks, that there was the official opening of the Belial Community Center, and you heard from the ambassador, Chinese ambassador to Grenada, or the People's Republic of China to Grenada. You heard from Father Haynes. You heard also from our beloved Prime Minister, and he's also the Member of Parliament for that constituency. But you know, folks, I can tell you, I can bet you, the NNP folks are angry because when the Chinese ambassador walked with the most honorable Deacon Mitchell in that constituency, and I mean, he spent his time out there with our Prime Minister and the people of that constituency, going house to house, seeing the conditions, listening to the people. The NNP, they were vexed, they were blue. How is that possible? Why should he do that? And now they're seeing him expressing his love for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, and this relationship that he has developed with the Prime Minister, our beloved Prime Minister, and the government of Grenada, and the people of Grenada. And it's bearing fruits. And we are extremely happy. So they can continue being upset and vexed because that is who they are. They believe that our Prime Minister can't forge that kind of relationship. But they are seeing it before their very eyes that he's able to forge strong relationships with world leaders, with ambassadors, and he's getting results. He's getting results. So let them deal with that. Deal with that fact. Right? So keep going. Our beloved Prime Minister and the Chinese ambassador continue doing things for the people of St. David and other constituencies, other villages throughout the country. Thumbs up. We appreciate it. We thank you. And we want to put on record our appreciation. Mr. Bettel, thank you very much. I know the person. Thank you very much for donating 2 computers. Thumbs up. We really appreciate you. And all the folks who made this possible. So we saw our Prime Minister painting. We saw the twin, Carl and Carlisle. We saw other people within the community painting and doing stuff there to bring that facility where it is at today. And we are eternally grateful and thankful for that. Thumbs up. Kudos. Keep doing what you're doing. It is bearing fruits. It is bearing fruits. I want to say here again, make another plea, another, request of you to please support my first event, the first event in a series of events. Because remember, we want to be able to raise the required amount of money to purchase all the equipment to set up that radio station, to have that radio station functioning. So I want to say again, the first event is on Thursday, August the 3rd. So Thursday, the 3rd of August. That's not far from today. Today is already the 20th. So you have 11 more days for this month and then 3 days in August. And that's the day of the activity. So 14 more days. And that would be it. So I want to encourage you to buy a ticket or sponsor a ticket or 2 or 3 or 4. If you're not coming, sponsor a couple tickets. Buy a ticket or 2. All right? And if you're coming, I look forward to welcoming you, to seeing you, to mixing and mingling with you on that day. So it's all inclusive food, local foods, and so on, drinks, live band music, solid the band, DJ Selector Beast. So look, you can expect a wonderful afternoon into evening. We start at 4 and we go all the way up to about 10 or so. So it's a day into night event. You can take some time to go on the beach. All right? Beach is right there, a footstep away. The beach is right. In fact, where we having the activity, it's all sand, right? So it's sandy right there. That area is full of sand. So it's like you're actually on the beach because you have sand all over the place there. So don't come with too much of high heel because you know if you're coming, don't come with too much of high heel in that area there. But you can wear your high heel because it's not everything sand. All right? But you have sand there. So buy the ticket. You can holler at me, send me a message, say, hey, Kemboy, I want a couple tickets. I want to sponsor a couple tickets. Because you know my number, my WhatsApp number, 415-4817, 415-4817. That's my WhatsApp number. If you're overseas, you have to add 1473, then 415-4817. Send me a WhatsApp message, call me up, and a while ago, a good friend asked me who coming down. So if there is anybody who will be in Grenada during this week, who coming from the United States of America, please let me know. Send me a message because I want you to collect something for me. Someone has a little change for me for a couple tickets and they want to send it down. So if you're coming to Grenada from New York, send me a message, right, between now and let's say, next week. If you're coming to Grenada this week, next week, let me know so I can send you the contact information so you can pick up, the money for the tickets. So it's a friend that sponsored a couple tickets and she wants to give that person instead of sending it through the MoneyGram or the money or the Western Union, they would take some money out of that. All right. So again, if you're coming sometime between now and next week, let me know, send me a message so I can share it with that person, my good friend, and you can carry that down for me. I will appreciate that. So Shama Williams is saying, I'm coming in 2 weeks. 2 weeks will take you to what? Is it the day of the event, Shama? Or after the event? 2 weeks, how do you look at it? Is it the 1st of August you're coming in or the 2nd of August? Let me know, all right? And Shama, I want to believe that you have my number, so you could also haul at me there. And anyone who's coming down between now and then, because it's just, to collect some money for a couple tickets. So the 29th. But Shama, you're good. You're right there. So Shama, send me a message. Send me a message on my WhatsApp number, and I'll give you my good friend the number so you can communicate. All right. So you can bring that down for me instead of the person sending it via Western Union or MoneyGram where they have to take something from it to send it down. All right. So that will be good. I am already here. I will call you later for my tickets. All right. That's Shama Bartolomeo. That's a different Shama. That's my former teacher. She taught me at primary school. A very lovely lady indeed. All right, Shama. All right, Shum Shum. She said she's already here. She will call me for a ticket. Yes, she's just a darling. All the students who she taught will tell you that. She went the extra mile to make sure that you're okay and you're safe. All right, and she's looking really, really good. All right, Shum Shum. Thumbs up, right? So I would hold a ticket for you, Shum Shum. She's already in Grenada. But Shama Williams will be here on the 29th. So Shama, send me a WhatsApp after the program, and I could give you the contact information and we take it from there. But folks, I want to encourage you. If you know you're coming and you will buy tickets when you come, let me know. Give me a kind of cue. If you have not yet called me and, give me that kind of information, send me a WhatsApp message or a message saying, hey, Kem, I will be here for your event and I will need a couple tickets. So, for example, my good friend today, a minister called me, he messaged me, Kem Jones, make sure you keep my ticket for me. I'm going to check you next week to purchase the ticket. All right? So, and, my other good friend and minister, that's all right, so good. Velma is coming on Tuesday. All right, good. That's another person again. So that's wonderful. Wonderful. All right, wonderful. And that would be good because if there are people, because not if, there are people in New York who actually sponsored tickets. And if you can get it done by person, it will be cheaper and easier that way. All right. So we have a couple people indicating to me that they're coming down. They will be down here. So it would be nice if we could, have them collect the money. It will make things easier. Very, very much so. So, folks, I want to encourage you, please purchase a ticket. If you're coming to Grenada and you're going to purchase the ticket in person, let me know, holler at me, send me a message, call me up, because we want you to purchase the tickets. We have a lot of tickets. We have a lot of tickets. So please purchase the tickets so we can have the first event being very, very successful. I want to thank you very much for being a part of the program. We are out of time. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be back with you tomorrow morning, starting from 8 in the a.m. Bye for now. Take good care and bye for now.
The proceeding was a paid program. The views expressed on this program